Hi, and welcome to another fine edition of On the Spot. My name is Ronnie Wiley. My guest this month is Sandee Toschlog. Sandee, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You know, I told John I've been wanting to have you on the show for a while because Fran and I, we do the ball games at Spartan Bowl, and we see you with your girls out there. That's a lot of work.
Yes, it is. It's year-round.
Year-round. So you've been doing this for how long now?
Going on 24 years.
24 years. And
Yes.
I tell you, I watch these girls out there and I see them do all those routines and I'm thinking, I need to do that. It's a lot, it burns a lot of calories.
Yes, it's good exercise, that's for sure. Plus they condition.
Yeah, so you've been doing this for 24 years and, obviously dancing's in your blood. What got you started with dancing?
Well, when I was 5 and a half, a neighbor girl was going to start dance classes. And so the moms talked, and it's like, my mom asked me, would you like to take tap classes? And I said, sure, it sounds like fun.
Did you know what it was?
A little bit, because
Yeah.
you see Singing in the Rain and,
Yeah.
things like
Sammy
that.
Davis Jr.
Gene Kelly, Fred Astaire, you see all those movies and everything, and that kind of gives you an input as to what it is. And so they were only taking 6-year-olds at the time.
Oh.
That was the starting age. But they let me go ahead and start at 5 and a half because our moms were helping each other with rides and everything because we lived out in the country.
So you start out 5 and a half years old, and it's been a lifetime of love and support. So do you remember like your first, do recitals or how did it?
Recitals, yes. It started with recitals and everything at the end of the season. They did not use, records or anything at that point. We had Grandma Schultze, is what everybody called her. She played the piano.
Oh, wow.
And we performed to piano music.
Wow.
Whatever it was, Sweet Georgia Brown, 5'2", whatever,
Wow.
They chose to do.
And so how long do these recitals usually last? How long do they generally last?
Well, now I've split my show so that they don't last as long. Because if you have like 50, 60 acts, then you're looking at probably a 5-hour show.
Oh, wow.
And that's too long. So back then, they probably lasted about 2 hours. And now that's what I try to keep them at, is like an hour and a half to 2 hours, kind of like going to a movie.
Oh, wow. So you started at 5 and a half, started
Yeah.
dancing, and it bit you. And once it bit you, it never went away. When you got older into your teen years, was it something, was it always something that stayed with you? Did you pursue other interests and come back to dancing, or was dancing it?
Dancing was my core, yes. I also, from 2nd grade, I was an Alquina student.
Oh, wow, okay.
That's when we had the high school, the whole school.
Oh, wow.
And I started out as mascot for the basketball team in 2nd grade, and then I cheered from
And
then.
second, oh, really?
Yeah.
What was their mascot?
They would pick one girl for a mascot to cheer with the varsity cheerleaders and everything, kind of like their good luck charm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so I would get out there and have certain cheers to do with them and different chants and everything on the sidelines.
Yeah, so you now when I obviously a lot of the girls stuff that you do, a lot of dance and cheerleading, a lot of acrobats,
Yes.
a lot of flipping
Yes.
and
Yes.
how did that tie into it?
Okay, I was trained under Bev and Gloria Dixon on how to teach acrobat and tumbling. Gloria Dixon was a contortionist.
Oh, wow.
And an acrobat. Gymnastics at that time was, not that much known. An acrobat is basically tumbling.
Right.
And so she trained me in that area. I physically can't do it because there's something in my back that prevents me from bending, but I can teach it.
Oh, wow. See, I've always, I tell you, I've always been fascinated by doing flips and backflips. I can do it on a trampoline. I just can't do it on the hard floor. So a lot of physicality.
Yes, there's a lot of physicality.
And that. And I think it's a sport. Some people may not
it's a
think
sport.
it's very there's a lot of athleticism involved in this. What about nutrition when it comes to dancing? Do you have to really watch what you eat?
I try to get the girls to be on a healthy diet. And fast food, things like that.
On occasions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they'll kind of do whatever they want to
sure.
do.
At that age.
Yeah. So conditioning, we do a lot of conditioning. We start in June, and my conditioning is very rigorous. I've had other coaches sit in during the summer of other sports and watch my conditioning and then tell me afterwards, oh my gosh, my athletes couldn't do that.
So, well, explain some of that conditioning. Are you talking about weight room?
We've started weight room now.
Wow.
That's been added this year. I don't make it mandatory. As of next season, it will be mandatory. But it wasn't so much weightlifting as in toning the body, strengthening body from head to toe.
Right.
Things change from year to year.
Right.
You learn more. I learn something new all the time. I learn techniques change, conditioning changes. Some things stay the same and will always work, and some things you beef it up.
That's something I've always. You talk about you've been taught to teach, and you do teach. How do you learn? Where do you learn from? Is there a magazine that you guys subscribe to that teaches new techniques, or?
Well, the Spartanets go to camp during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
I learn a lot there with different techniques and styles and how things have changed from the year before. And then also I watch videos, instructional things to get ideas, and then I'll change things to make it my own or to suit the purpose that I need at the time. So it's a lot of innovative thinking on my part. I don't like to copy anybody else's. I get ideas like, oh yeah, okay, but then I want to do it this way.
Right.
And so you make it your own that way. And then I'm sure people do that with anything they might see that I do. They take it and they'll make it their own then. And that's how you just keep moving forward.
Yeah, I've always been fascinated. I do a lot of theater at the Richmond Civic Theater. I can't dance, so you won't see me doing a
I've
dance.
done choreography for different plays and stuff.
Wow.
John Connor plays and
everything.
everything.
Okay, yeah. Well, I tell you what, if I ever do a musical, I'm giving you a call.
Okay.
And it's fascinating. The only thing that I've ever done close to doing anything that's choreographed was I directed Three Musketeers, and so we had to choreograph the fight scene.
Right.
And coming from a non-dancing background, it was very difficult to how do we start?
Yeah.
Those of us who are watching the show that may not, how do you start a routine? How do you, obviously you said you get some ideas, but whenever it's almost like do you have a blank slate and you think, okay, I want the girls to do this. How do you choreograph? How do you start?
Oh, that's hard to explain. Because not everybody can choreograph. Not everybody can choreograph. I get an idea in my head. I get a vision on what I see. I can listen to music and go, okay, I can visualize a performance, how I want it to start, what formation I want to do, and I go accordingly to the ability, whether it's Spartanets or whether it's a dance class. And I try to make it unique for them, and I let the music guide me.
Is it? Oh, that's good. Is it based on how many performers you have?
How many performers? No, I adjust how many performers I have to what I want.
Oh, okay. Do you remember your first routine that you choreographed?
That I choreographed? No. Honestly, I don't. Because I started teaching when I was 13 years old.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, that'd be going way back.
Maybe not that far, right?
Yeah.
So again, this is something I've always been fascinated watching the girls come out and do their thing. Now, is this something that, is it a tryouts? How do girls get on the team?
We have tryouts. It's usually about 2 weeks after our guy-girl performance, which is our final one. And
you're starting for the next year.
Yeah, we start right away because Spartanets sponsor the dance recitals. So we have to get the team chosen. I have to get my boosters together in order to get everything lined up for our dance recital. But yeah, we start about 2 weeks after, and it's usually a Thursday, Friday evening, and then Saturday morning is judging. What they have to do, there's technical skills that they have to have. They have to have a double back pirouette.
What's that?
it's a
That
turn.
sounds painful.
It's a turn. When you see them turn.
Oh, okay, it's a turn.
Okay,
yeah.
it's a back. They have to have a double back pirouette. They have a back pirouette fouette, which is a multiple turn. Split leaps, standing toe touches. They do kicks. They have to have an axel. They have to have a check mark turn. Those are all pre-requirements. They don't have those.
You
Yeah,
can't,
no.
And I don't
you
have
know,
them.
and then what happens is at the clinic, the instructor will go through, and I do not instruct. I don't instruct. I don't judge. I'm totally out of it. I just oversee for any what I term infractions during clinic, because there's no gum, no jewelry, no eye rolling attitude, no talking when the instructor's talking, because that shows disrespect, and I won't tolerate that.
I agree with that 100%.
So I just, if anybody does anything, I'm just and next to their number, they all have numbers, and that's what we refer to them as is number 1, number 40, you know, whatever. And then the instructor will stretch them, and then we'll go over the technical requirements. And then I have, it depends on what levels in, at NDA, there's like level 1, level 2, level 3, which is level 3 is high level for high school, and then there's elite, which is considered college material. It's usually a level 3 now, routine. The instructor will teach like a minute to maybe a minute and a half, depending, and it'll have various technical skills in it that is required. Split leaps are also required, and they learn that on those 2 nights. They have what I term an essay, which is a question that they will have, and they have to write out how they interpret that. It can be a quote. I change it from year to year. I've even had them have to know what everything is in football. What's it's called? What basketball? They have to know. You know, where's center line? Where's 3-point arc? You know, all of those things. I've even done those type of things before to see what their knowledge is and to see where, you know, their brain is and their thoughts. Then from that point on the morning of tryouts, I have judges come in. At this point, I can get former Spartanettes because I've been in it so long. People that don't know the kids. I got people that, well, I've got one judge that travels from Nashville, Tennessee every year.
Oh, wow.
I've got judges from Hagerstown, Newcastle, different areas that don't know the kids. So, you know, they can't say, well, yeah, there's no bias there. Then I also have people come in and they do interviews. And it's a question trying to figure out where their heart is, where their dedication is, school-wise, you know, because they're representing the school. I take that very seriously.
Grades have got to be important.
Grades are very important. That's also figured in. Their GPA is figured in on their scores, whether, you know, deductions for low, extra points for high GPAs. They go through interviews. There's 2 judges, and it's one-on-one, and they're separated from everybody. And then we take the girls in for the technical skill judging and for the routine judging. And they come down. We've had it at the bowl. We've also had it at the high school gym because everybody's outside. And then they line up. They come down. They go through their tryout, and they bring their stuff in with them because then they leave out the side doors.
Oh, wow.
So no girl is able to talk to a girl who hasn't been interviewed or hasn't been judged. So, like, let's say we're at the bowl. They congregate in the cafeteria. I have somebody overseeing them. They send them, and the judges are all separated so nobody can hear each other. And then the judges score them on what they feel. And then they go directly to the bowl door. They don't go back in the cafeteria. Come and get judged, take their stuff, leave out the side door.
Wow.
And then I go home and I calculate all the scores and everything, and I triple check everything because I don't want to make a mistake. And then I go through, and you usually see a dividing point in scores, and it's like I look at the dividing point and like, there's my team. Sorry, there's the ones who didn't make it, and then I take the ones who did make it and match up their numbers with what their name is,
Yeah.
and so that I know who made it, and then I make a list according to numbers, and so that they used to think, okay, if I'm at the top, I got the high score. No.
Right.
No, I tell them, I throw them on the floor, I grab whatever one it is, that number goes first, you know,
Right, yeah.
and then I post them on the tennis court doors at the high school and on the studio doors, and that's how they find out.
That is a very, I mean, because basketball, you're just, I mean, trying out. I mean, there's no interview. If you can sink, I mean, I'm sure it's more in depth. I don't want to.
I'm sure it is,
Yeah,
too.
I don't want to undermine what Carrie does, but wow, that's amazing. And you know, one of the things. That's tough when you try for something. I've auditioned for plenty of plays and not got a part, but you just keep rolling along.
Yeah, well, and I talked to the girls beforehand, and before the night before, and I just explained to them, you know, and I've had a great bunch of kids trying out, and it's like, hey, you know, I respect you guys. I said, do you know it takes a lot of guts
You're right.
to come to something like this that's a true tryout and not know how it's going to turn out. Give it your best. I said, whatever you do, I said, don't ever let somebody call you a failure for not making something. I said, because anytime you go try, you're going to meet somebody, you're going to learn something new, a door's going to open up somewhere for you to walk right through, whether it be this or it opens up for something else. I tell them,
Exactly.
I respect you. I said, you have my respect. Good luck to all of you.
And I'm sure with your experience, I'm sure you've seen girls that you think, they may not have it now, but later on.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
with
true.
a lot of skill, with a lot of
That's
practice.
true. And I've seen girls come in and I'm sitting there, you know, watching clinic, you know, the first night and say, I don't know. And then the next night it's like,
What happened?
okay, that was better.
Got rid of
and
the
then
nerves.
at tryouts, like, whoa, you know, so you don't know. People say, do you think I have a chance? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, veterans that come in
Right.
because they have tried every year, they're scared to death. They don't know if they're going to
Right.
make it.
Right.
There is no guarantee, and they know it.
But I think the point you made, and this is what I tell people all the time, especially, I mean, we're just amateur theater at the Richmond Civic Theater, also down here with Imagine. You try it. If you
Yeah.
don't get it, there's always other opportunities.
Exactly.
You may not fit with what the director has. Just keep trying and go for it, and don't let it. Let it be a fuel to a fire.
Right.
That's exactly what I try to explain. Now, we've shared a little bit before we went on. I don't have any rhythm. I mean, I'm a drummer. I can keep a beat, anything. But
Well, if you're a drummer, you should have some rhythm.
can you show me something here, John? We're going to do this. I'm going to.
Okay.
Can you show me a little dance move? I mean,
Okay, let's do the snake.
Let's do the same. Well, see, here's the thing. I'm your typical guy. I got to do my.
Your facials? Your
is that a
facials?
requirement? Is that? I mean, just.
That's kind of straining.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
okay. Well, okay, all right. All right. Let me.
Okay. So you're going to do snake. You're going to just hold your arms here.
Okay.
You're going to take your head to the right.
Okay.
And you're going to, I'm pulling it through
Pull it
and
through.
click. And then go to the left and click.
Click.
Go to the right,
Right.
and click.
All
Go
right.
to the left,
Left.
and click. Go to the right.
Man, I'm
and
about
click.
ready to be a
Go
Spartan.
the left and click. Okay?
Yeah.
Got it?
I think so, John. Do I look good?
Okay.
I think I'm out of rhythm with you, but
Oh, you got it.
All right.
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
All
Anything
right.
else? Is that it? I mean,
Well, you know.
Okay, 'cause I think I may have
we
hurt
do
my
pretty
neck.
difficult stuff.
Yeah.
This is snake's kind of
I
easy.
think I may need a neck brace after this. Yeah. So I'm telling you, I've always, I grew up watching Michael Jackson back in the old
yeah.
days, the way he dances, and of course, Fred Astaire can,
Oh, yeah.
him. So, who was your inspiration? I mean, of course, you were 5.5. Who was your inspiration when you started looking at somebody who you think, I want to dance like her or him?
Oh, I would say just the Gene Kelly, Fred Astaire, Donald O'Connor, all of those movies, those old musicals, that we see growing up and everything. Of course, when you're real little, you're watching Shirley Temple.
Sure.
That is definitely somebody who inspires you when you're that little growing up. Shirley Temple was big.
Absolutely. Today, I think obviously dancing has taken on a whole new meaning with the stuff that these kids do today. But one performer that I really like, I don't know if you, I like Pink. I think I like the way she does some of her dancing, and
Yeah.
she also does the sort of acrobatical
Yeah.
stuff, I think.
Yeah, she does.
When you think of the dancing that is today, how much do you incorporate some of the? I know you say you change all the time, but how much? I mean, how much do you incorporate some of today with the classic? Is it an even mix? I mean, do you still do some of the stuff that like Shirley Temple did?
I try to do some of the stuff. When you have a dance studio, you kind of have to do, what the kids like to do for them to enjoy it. But, we don't bump or grind or anything.
Oh, of course, yeah, no, yeah.
I don't like those moves.
No, I don't either, especially,
No.
yeah. But
Yep,
so my, I had something I was thinking, then you said that, and it's like that. Just I tell you, that ruins it. I'm telling you, that kind of stuff ruins it. So
It does.
when you were a little girl and you were, starting out, did you ever think that you would still be this far into your career?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't know what was in store. This is my 51st year starting now teaching.
That's unbelievable.
Did I think 50 odd years ago I'd still be doing this? No, I didn't, but I am. I still love it. I've been blessed, and the kids are wonderful, and I love to see them advance, and I like to see them accomplish things and have self-esteem and be able to present themselves well.
What's the youngest group do you still do? I mean, do you still primarily with the high school kids, or?
We take them as young as 2, although
wow.
I do suggest
My granddaughter's
like
coming
3.
up on 2, yeah, but
I do suggest 3 possibly. Some are ready, some need to wait till they're 4. It
Wow.
kind of depends on the child. I have a 3.5 and 4-year-old group that I do have, so I still have various ages, and then I go through the high school kids too.
So when you're dealing, and again, I think everybody, we have rose-colored glasses when we think of our grandchildren. But my granddaughter, I don't care where she's at. If she hears music, she's and I've thought, my gosh, when I was thinking about, I thought, my gosh. But of course, she's only 18 months old. She still needs a little bit going. Is there something as a teacher that you can see in a child where you think, they have that skill? Because obviously, it's like, this is any skill like anything. You either have it or you don't. It can be developed if you have it.
Yes.
And if it doesn't, well, then you're going to look like me and break a neck. So is there something that you see at that young age where you think, they may have a future?
Sometimes you do. Sometimes kids surprise you.
Oh, wow.
You never know.
Well,
so
that's true,
I
yeah.
never assume anything.
Yeah.
I'll look at them
Let
and
them have fun.
yeah, and then we just kind of see how they develop.
Yeah, one of the things that we do all the ball games here, Fran and I, and one of the things that I stress a lot is that, you really need to get back to the fundamentals. You
Yes.
got to get back
Yes.
to the fundamentals. That's very important. It's obviously very important dancing, too.
Ballet technique is a fundamental for all sports.
You're right about
Ballet
that. Yeah.
technique is a fundamental for all sports.
Is there anything, now what is a ballet technique? Is there something you can show us, just a very simple, because when I think of ballet technique, I'm thinking of you're on your toes.
No.
That's not it?
Ballet technique is learning your center point, being able to balance, being able to push off correctly, being able to know how to jump and land properly, how to push through your toes all the way through so that you get the maximum height, how to keep your body in alignment so that you can get your maximum height.
So that is true when they say that a lot of great football players do
Football
some ballet.
players have, and I've been told in Ohio it's required that their high school players take ballet technique.
That's unbelievable. You again, I know it's very athleticism when it comes to that, and I tell you, I see those girls do those things, and they're very limber, but again, you're right. It seems like
It's all in ballet technique with balance and knowing your body and your center point, and how to get your body to elevate higher, to push off faster. Either way.
before we went on, I look at the camera and I think, my gosh, I think the camera adds about 30 pounds. I really want to get back into shape. There are times where, I get up and I kind of, bust a move, even though I look like an idiot. Obviously, it burns a lot of calories and it tones. Is there any techniques that some of us may at home could possibly do that, little dance moves that can, really get our heart rate going and make it enjoyable? I mean, you think of Zumba. Is that sort of like a dance?
Yeah, Zumba's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
something along those lines where, and anytime you're moving with music,
yeah,
you're getting your
You gotta keep the
cardio
beat.
and everything.
Right, you gotta keep the beat. Gotta keep the beat.
Yes.
So again, you've been doing this unbelievably 51 years now. You're looking in the future? Is there any stopping point, or is this just something like, I love it?
I can't see me stopping.
Wow. Tell me some of the most favorite moments that you've had in all of your years teaching. I mean, not necessarily any particular person, but any group of kids that, I mean, because you've been all over the world, correct?
Not the world, but
Well, country at least, right?
I've done quite a bit.
Yeah. So what's the farthest place you've traveled taking the kids?
Hawaii.
Oh, see, I need to go to that.
Yeah.
I need to go to
Yeah,
Hawaii.
we've
That was just
3
not too long
times.
ago, wasn't it?
We went 3 times to Maui and 3 on Oahu.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, and you guys do a lot of fundraisers for that.
Yes, we do.
So these kids are not just teaching dancing; they're teaching how to sell themselves and
Yes.
and with fundraising.
And how to work hard to be able to get the award that
Yeah.
enables you to have that opportunity.
Yeah. Wow. So the dancing has taken you to Maui.
Mm-hmm.
And so somebody, and I don't know who told me this, but have you guys have been to D.C., correct?
No, I've been to Philadelphia and we've been to Disney 7 times.
Maybe it was Disney. I heard
It's
it was
probably Disney.
Yeah.
It's probably
So
Disney.
when you get invited to these places, again, none of it's really paid for. These
No,
kids-
we have to fundraise and raise our money to
Wow. What are some of the things that you've done to fundraise? And is it something that you do year round? I mean, you can promote something now.
go. When we fundraise for individual events, it has to be different than what we do for team because it's an individual thing. Even if almost all the team is going, it's called it's called a different name because we cannot use the Spartanet name.
Wow.
We call them special events. Is what we call that. So that fundraising is always totally different than what we do with Spartanets. It's like with Spartanets, we have Princess for a Day that is we'll be doing on October the 10th from 1 to 4 at the Baptist Temple Gym. That's for the whole team. That's for our uniforms, our palms, just bags, things that we have to
I
purchase.
tell you what, when I see these kids out doing this again, I'm going to maybe give an extra buck or two to all the work that they go to. We got about 2 minutes to go. Can you show me one more little move as we go?
Not without my feet going.
John, can we do something with the feet? No. Can we do something with the feet? I want to do something with the feet. Let's do something with the feet. He said let's do something with the feet. We got about a minute. Oh, we do got our feet there, Sandee. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let me suck my belly. Okay, here we go.
We'll do something real simple.
Real simple. We're going to go out on this.
Something that maybe I would show choir.
And I won't hurt myself.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
So you're going to step out with your right,
Out with the right.
cross your left foot back,
Left foot back.
step right, left,
Step right, left.
cross.
Cross.
Left, right,
Left, right.
together.
Together.
Okay.
And kids learn that pretty quickly?
It's step.
Left. Step. Oh, left. See, you're probably already thinking
Okay.
this guy ain't got it. I mean, all right, then one more time. We got 1 minute to go. Let me try it one more time.
Okay. Okay.
All right,
You wanna-
ready? Yes.
We'll step out first.
Step out.
Okay?
Step
We'll go
left, right.
step out
Okay.
this time. So
Okay.
we're going to step.
Step.
Then you're going to take your left foot back. Let's
Left
do
foot
this.
back.
Step, step.
Step, step.
We'll just do step,
Step.
step,
Step. Step.
I made it easier for you.
That's
Okay.
easy?
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
easy. I made it easier than the first one.
Come back and see us next month, and if I survive this as I step on
Step.
out,
Ball,
ball
chain,
chain,
step,
step,
ball,
ball
chain.
Sandee, thank you very much for this.
Thank
I
you for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
I'm way out of shape. I tell you what. Thank you very much. Come back next month, and we'll see you next month on the spot.